10 o'clock, so I call this meeting to order. We will begin this morning as usual with an invocation followed by the pledges. Dear Lord, I come to you this morning and thank you for the start of another day and another week. We thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to be here and address the business before us. Pray for your guidance in all the decisions we make, and we thank you for the chance to serve this community and to serve you. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
All right, our next item on the agenda is citizens communication. Anyone who would like to address the court on any county-related business, you're welcome to do so at this time. Let's see.
Seeing if someone wanted to go ahead of me.
Okay, well, you can go first, Michael. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. I'm Michael Vondro. I live at 2107 North Bend, Jordan. I would like to see people go out and vote, for candidates. Last time it was for the $240 million bond that got passed. But just recently, there was an animal abuse case where someone shot a dog with a gun. You probably know about it. And, if you shoot a dog with a gun and kill him, it's not a felony. It's just a Class A misdemeanor. A lot of people don't know that. Only if you torture him or something, it's a felony. And last time, some people ran an animal rescue shelter over in Bloomington, and they killed several dogs, and they got a sweetheart deal, and it was felony charges, no jail time. But I do hope that, people that abuse animals, don't get sweetheart deals from the district attorney and stuff like that. But Animal Care Services and the police, investigate, but it's ultimately to the district attorney or the assistant district attorney when it's going to happen. But it was a Shih Tzu, and I'll say allegedly because I wasn't there, and they shot it with the gun, and some people were being deported, and they left it there with the neighbor, and it got loose. Shih Tzus, especially this one, they're known for not being violent dogs or anything. This was a real calm dog, and it was so unnecessary to, I'll just say allegedly shoot it because I wasn't there, but I heard they got video footage, and that was at 2501 Lone Tree, the community trailer park and stuff, and dogs been running around for years, so I don't know why it was so important to allegedly shoot and kill a dog, but I hope the persons that's responsible, like the person that handed him the gun, that would be the accomplice, if that really happened like that, get prosecuted. But it's not a felony case. It's a Class A misdemeanor, and we got real lax laws on dog abuse and animal abuse in Texas, and that's just the way it is. But anyway, have a good morning. I hope people go out and vote this morning. Thank you.
Mr. Vondro, just as an aside, the Class A misdemeanor on certain offenses like this does pack a weight similar to a felony conviction.
Yeah.
And also, too, cruelty to animals, I've indicated to you before, it's a bar for employment for a lot of health care with HHSC in this state. So it does have some teeth. So I just want to just let you know, it is pretty.
I know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Come on up. I think you were next. Good morning. If you can just give us your name, please. And
My name's Linda Crisp, and this is the first time I've been to the County Commissioners Court. So
welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank Mr. Martin for holding the town hall concerning what we had read about the data center, so I appreciate that. And the Blue Energy and Crusoe plans that I've read about, I haven't heard anything, from them, that this is not going to happen. So my request is that since we've all read about the downsides of the AI data centers and the power plants that power them, I just want the community to be given the opportunity on an ongoing basis to know the status of that and to, get what, everything that y'all know that I think we should be able to be part of the decision-making in our community. Anyway, I wanted to thank Mr. Martin for doing that, and hope it'll be ongoing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Back up for Paul.
All right. Other comments? Dan, good morning, sir.
Morning, Judge. Morning, Commissioners. Just real
Morning.
quick.
Morning, Dan.
Morning.
Morning. Morning. Just real quick. We're not dry. We've gotten some rain. That's good.
I was gonna say, don't tell me it's,
No.
burn
Yeah,
ban.
yeah. However, though, we are in our seasonal transition. So when we get rain and it's nice and wet, it's great. But also we're doing spring cleaning and clean brush and trees and stuff. We get windy days after these fronts come through. So although we're not dry and we're not in a burn ban, I just want to remind the public to go to our website and look, because we have a fire marshal's recommendation for burn day on there. And it'll either say it's a good day to burn or it's not a good day to burn. And the way I do the recommendations is I look at the winds, the forecasted winds. Mornings are usually calmer than the afternoon, stuff like that. But I try to match it to TCEQ's recommendations as well as the law. So it might be borderline, might not be illegal to burn that day, but it's close enough where I wouldn't burn if it was me. So I just want to remind the public that we do have that on our website and to please go look at that. And again, it is a recommendation, but windy days can push fire. So other than that, and then we got a lot of rain coming this week, so just try to stay dry.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Dan.
Dan.
Thank you.
Other comments this morning? Crystal, welcome.
Good morning.
Morning, Crystal.
Doing well.
Going to give y'all some updates.
All right.
Most of y'all know we did a Facebook post on the 2 skunks that tested positive for rabies. One was in the county, one was in Tanglewood. So just, trying to let the public know to be aware. If they're out during the day, doesn't mean it's bad. It's if they're acting differently. So we did that update. We've been attending a lot of career days and the A&M campus here in Victoria, taking animals, talking about animal control, giving the kids some knowledge on it. We're now open Saturdays from 11 to 3. The last 3 Saturdays have been really great. The first Saturday we had the Shine the Light, and we had 1 adoption there and then 1 at the facility. The second weekend we had 1 adoption and 4 volunteers. Last weekend we did the dog wash, and we had 25 volunteers show up.
Okay.
And 30 to 35 dogs were bathed, walked, and loved on. So we had a big turnout for that. We had a very busy week last week. We got a call about the lady's macaw that had gotten spooked and flew off her shoulder. It was about a year old. And I want to give a shout out to Sal's Tree Trimming here in Victoria. He showed up with his truck. She had called several places, and they wanted to charge her like $500 to come with a lift to get the bird down. He showed up, didn't charge her anything, did a great job. We spent hours out there playing Coco Melon and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star because that was the bird's favorite song. But he still would not come down. He was very scared.
Hey, whatever it
So,
takes,
Yeah, whatever it takes, but we tried. We had peanuts, shaking mat. I mean, we were trying everything we could, but he went with the lift, and he did a very good job with that. The bird was very happy to be back with its mother. And Wednesday is National Rescue Dog Day, and the judge is going to be coming to do a proclamation at the facility at 11 a.m. And so we're going to have hot dogs, popcorn, I think a couple of vendors, some balloon animals, stuff like that. So we invite the public out to join us for that.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you,
Well
ma'am.
done. We are, Dale, come on up. It's been a while. Welcome.
Been quiet, Judge. I'm glad to see y'all are back in order again. I'm sorry to see Danny gone. Hope everything is back to normal for him soon. I haven't been around because, I'm normally a financial watchdog for whatever I'm involved with. It's coming up for budget time for an organization that I'm part of. For the last 3 years, they've played the let's hide money inside of personnel. It's something that the county used to do, hasn't done for 10, 12 years. One thing I encourage you to do is to check that particular entity that you know that I'm speaking of, and ask why we're charging the county $100,000 more in personnel that is not being filled. The executive director for that has said that we're going to fill it, but for 3 years we failed to fill it. So, and then it was 450 over budgeted. This year it'll be at least 250 over budgeted. One thing that I do not like is overtaxing taxing entities, and worse, having forced it overtax taxpayers. So I encourage y'all to ask that entity, where's our money at, and please return it back to the rightful owner. Y'all have a great day.
And you're referring to the
I'm
Central
not gonna say
Appraisal
so.
District?
Can't say that.
Okay.
Thank you, Dale. Thank you, Dale.
Well, we appreciate that and your service on the CAD board as well. We are 2 weeks from the tornado that touched down over in the Placido Crescent Valley area. Rick,
Morning,
I
Judge.
think
and
you have
Commissioner.
a brief update.
So you are indeed correct. We're 17 days out, but most of what we have data to present to you this morning is going to be about 14 days out from the actual event, so we're exactly right at 2 weeks old. And so, say this all the time, I usually don't read from notes, but I want to capture as much as I can, and so I will do as briefly as I can. So when I started the first presentation right after the event, 3 days after, I'd given a laundry list of people that we needed to thank, and so I left off a couple of folks off there. I want to make sure I address those this morning. And so out of that laundry list of people, we forgot to put on there Bloomington Independent School District and also the constable's office. They were all out there to help us, and so I'd be remiss at best if I did not say thank you to those folks. And so it's a fast-moving environment. One of the things our office is going to do is we're going to create a QR code as a check-in, so as people show up at the event, they can actually scan the QR code, and then that way it automatically captures it. And so Jenna presented that to us the other day, and she's like, this would be an easy way for us to do that. So helps with that. So a couple of the highlighted key points here for some of the stuff that went on. And so obviously St. Patrick's Catholic Church with the Family Assistance Center, they opened up within the 5 hours with American Red Cross and servicing the citizens out in that area. The Vic Cal Grain Company was our volunteer recovery operations staging center for this last week, and I'll get to that in just a second. So thank you for them as well for opening up their property for us to have the volunteers show up at. Caseworking and recovery management, American Red Cross operated the Family Assistance Center for over 83 hours, serving approximately 440 meals within those 83 hours, and distributed over 565 disaster emergency supply kits. When I say that, that's not all one kit, because you're thinking, well, there wasn't that many people. They individualize those kits, so it could be a toiletry kit that they hand out, and they could have handed out 80 of those, and then plus a cleanup kit that is meant for the house as well. So there's 565 kits that they help. United Way at Crossroads was our key point for our disaster recovery coordinator to work with, and they've documented 78 households through their case management and case intake that they're working with those folks to provide long-term and short-term needs as well. Gulf Bend Center, along with United Way and our disaster recovery coordinator, identified 3 households that needed some mental health and support, so we're doing that as well. Last Thursday, so the Monday before, we went out and did some surveying. We were able to work with SBA, which is the Small Business Administration, and the loan office, and I'll get to that in just a second, to identify the community members that were really in need and how we best service those folks. And so this past week, Alex and Jenna worked with the SBA as well as our volunteer groups, specifically from the Lutheran Southwest Synod and also Lyondale Bazell, brought out a group of people in our CERT team as our office as well. Went out and had volunteers that came out. We had 14 volunteers total come out. So thank you to those organizations. And they went out and helped people get the leaners and hangers off of their roofs. They went and helped collect debris that was in the actual yard that most of these folks were unable to go out and pick up, and we get it to the right of way. And then we'll work directly with Commissioner Sexton and also with Avery to help us go back and collect those small piles that are there now that we've collected them, but unheard of within 2 weeks. And I'm going to give it to Avery here in a second to talk about debris. The debris management, the road and bridge crews has been fantastic. He'll talk about that in a little bit. I cannot thank those folks enough, being the due diligence and the work that they have done, really pulling together y'all's teams and schedules and putting those folks out there to help clean up the debris. Jenna worked with the SBA on that Friday before. So SBA, we did get approved for SBA, and SBA will be here starting this week. They're going to open up at 11 o'clock today at the Long-Term Recovery Center, which is on 104 South Williams. They'll be operating Monday through Friday 9 to 6. The disaster loans that they are going to have available to folks are going to be the business physical disaster loan, the economic injury disaster loan, and the home disaster loan. They will work with the homeowners and individuals associated with certain businesses that were impacted by it, disaster, to make sure they can get them into the queue and make sure they work through that case management process. I anticipate they'll be here for a couple of weeks, but they'll be set up at the 104 South Williams disaster loan operation center is what they're calling it. It's called the DLOC. So they'll be there, and we'll go there today at 11 o'clock for opening up. We got some special cases of debris management that we're working on as well, but I don't want to take anything away from, where's Avery at? Oh, right there. I want him to talk a little bit about the debris management. I cannot say enough to where the edification has been placed upon our work crews that are out there and the staff that is associated with our office, Road and Bridge, engineering office, that is really brought together within a 14-day period from a EF1 tornado touching down in our community is unheard of. And so thank all of you for your leadership, and thank you for all those folks that have gone out there and done just an excellent job. But I want Avery to touch on the debris management right now as well, so he can give you all some updates on that.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Rick.
Morning, Avery.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. First, straight off the bat, I want to thank Rick and his staff for coordinating with us as part of this debris management effort, and to further extend the thank you and appreciation to each of the Road and Bridge crews. These guys took it upon themselves to get out there and help Precinct 1. Y'all's continued leadership has been wonderful, and to echo what Rick said, our turnaround actually is ahead of my day one estimate. So May 4th, we did a debris assessment after the weekend activities, looked at everything out in the right-of-way, how long is it going to take for us to tackle this problem. We were 3 to 4 plus weeks out. By the end of last week, well, I guess mid part of last week, we did a debris assessment on May 13th, and we had cleared 95 to 98% of all debris that was located in the right-of-way. Now, obviously, as Rick mentioned, there is some more debris that's on private property that our volunteer organizations have been wonderful helping folks that are unable to get their debris to the right-of-way. They've been instrumental in doing that. So we recognize that there is still some debris to clean up. We'll have a few crews still doing debris management. We'll be having a follow-up assessment and looking back through the tickets that were submitted last week from disposal of the debris to have both updated cost estimates that are real. They're not just estimates. I've got an estimate for you today, but then also to reassess how much more time that we'll need to be able to spend disposing of debris. So just to put it into perspective for the public, for a time period between May 4th and May 6th, we have a confirmed disposal of 225 tons of vegetative material. So just in the first 3 days, that's equivalent to about 94 Ford F-150s that do have four-wheel drive and the Coyote 5-liter V8, because that makes
That was going to be my next question. Okay.
it makes a weight difference. So 94 Ford F-150s were disposed of between Monday and Wednesday of our first week. Looking at the total number of tickets submitted from the time period through May 12th, which was 184 tickets, I took an average disposal on our previously submitted tickets of 1.18 tons. That leads us to a total of 442 tons of debris to date that we estimate we've disposed of, which is 185 F-150s. Wow. So you talk about the magnitude of debris that was generated by the storm and then disposed of by the crews. It's a lot of work to get to this point. Our original cost estimate as of May 7th was for today an estimated spend of $45,800. As of the 8th, which would have been the end of the first week, we had confirmed $12,159 in debris ticket spend. So we are under that threshold. We'll be touching on this on an agenda item that's on the agenda for today for a landfill agreement that represents some cost reduction. So I feel pretty confident that we're going to be under that $45,000 cost estimate with where we're currently at today. And that's just for debris management efforts.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Well
Do y'all
done,
have any
Avery.
questions?
Good job.
Good job, brother.
Thank you.
No
Good job.
questions. I know that this response is being looked at around the state as an example of a well-run, well-organized, well-oiled machine, and that's attributable to the folks involved leading that effort. So Rick, your crew, Avery, Road and Bridge, well done, and thank y'all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to kind of piggyback what the judge just said. I couldn't be more proud
to be part of Victoria County and as part of this disaster. And Rick, your guys, everybody, our road and bridge hands just knocked it out of the park. Everybody came together, collaboratively worked together, not a single complaint. Jumped on the bus and took off working. And, you know, it pulled us away from our duties a little bit in the precinct, but we were able to get back on, and we're all full steam ahead now. And thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Well done.
Yes, sir. Rick, you got some more to say? No, I'm good. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you, sir.
There was mention already made of early voting for the runoff election. That is indeed this week, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. today through Friday. So always good to vote early if possible.
Get out and vote.
Anything additional before we move on? All right, we will move right along in the agenda. Item number 4 is to consider approval of minutes and take appropriate action. Each of you have a copy of those minutes in front of you.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 5, consider the following accounts payable and take appropriate action. A is to ratify the May 11th, 2026 accounts payable, and B, approve May 18th, 2026 accounts payable.
Accounts payable for May 11th, 2026 are $578,348.35. Supplemental payments are $57,859.50. Accounts payable for May 18th, 2026 are $776,893.18. Supplemental payments are $331,759.39.
Move for approval.
Second, A and B.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Michelle. Item 7 is to consider approval of bond forfeiture releases. Did I miss one? Oh, 6.
You miss
Thank
Heidi.
6 is to receive monthly and quarterly reports from various county officials and departments and take appropriate action.
Good morning. Today we have monthly reports from the county judge, county commissioners, precincts numbers 1 through 4, county treasurer, county clerk, criminal district attorney, tax assessor collector, county auditor, sheriff, fire marshal, justices of the peace precincts numbers 1 through 4, and constables precincts numbers 2, 3, and 4.
Good morning to you, ma'am. Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Sorry.
And 7 is to consider approval of bond forfeiture releases and take appropriate action.
We have none this morning.
Very good. Thank you, Heidi. We'll then move to item 8, and that is to consider approval of the following Citizens Medical Center interim vendor payments. A is May 7th, 2026. B, May 14th, 2026. We have the May 7th memo from our hospital showing those interim vendor payments in the amount of $140,828.54, and the ACH report on that date totaled $2,412,301.41.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 9 is a special proclamation this morning recognizing May as Preservation Month. We have several folks here from our Historical Commission, our own Heritage Department, Jeff, and let's see, VPI as well. Let's see, Jeff, if you want to step up and introduce the folks you've got here. I do want to read this proclamation.
You want me to wait till you read, or you want me to?
I can read first.
And then we can.
Let's do that. We can, okay. That works for me. Like I mentioned, Commissioners Court is commemorating this month with a proclamation we've issued, and it reads as follows. Whereas Victoria County contains rich and diverse historical and cultural resources ranging from archaeological sites to antebellum homes to Victorian mansions and post-war architecture that help tell the story of our past while informing our future. And whereas areas such as downtown Victoria are akin to an open-air architecture museum, and whereas local sites and structures bear witness to the people and moments that defined history, from the explorations of La Salle to the Great Comanche Raid of 1840 to the Civil War. And whereas historic preservation helps ensure that places which were the scenes and survivors of both famous and infamous events remain touchstones of our unique heritage here. And whereas preserving the past can serve as an effective tool in planning for the future, revitalizing neighborhoods, fostering civic pride, and maintaining community character. And whereas well-planned preservations promotes the local economy through heritage tourism, creating unique jobs, and generating positive economic and social benefits for our county. And whereas it's important to celebrate how history is part of our daily lives and contributions made by dedicated preservationists such as those who rallied county residents to save the 1892 Victoria County Courthouse, which is now one of our most recognizable local symbols. And whereas preserving the tangible aspects of our county, such as historic homes, commercial buildings, public structures, and sacred spaces, reminds us of what has shaped us as a community, now therefore be it resolved that I, Victoria County Judge Ben Zeller, and the Victoria County Commissioners Court do hereby proclaim May 2026 as Historic Preservation Month in Victoria County, and we invite all citizens to join in embracing the roles that heritage and historic spaces around us have had in our lives, our culture, and in our community identity. Jeff, I guess now we can say hi to some of the folks in these groups. I know the county itself has always been a big proponent and advocate of our local history through funding the Heritage Department, Jeff, your department, and also, of course, our Historical Commission.
Absolutely.
Then we've got other entities, VPI, so
Looks like the gang's all here.
the gang is here.
So brought some friends today. Thank you for the proclamation. That was fantastic. Yeah, Victoria County, we're just blessed to have so many fantastic historic resources, whether it be historic homes, buildings, archaeological sites, like you said, all that thing, and so many people that care about them and promote them. So we've got some folks here from both Victoria County Historical Commission and Victoria Preservation. So John Casalis, who's currently the chair of the Victoria County Historical Commission, Bill Murphy, who's on the County Historical Commission, as well as Tim Terry, which if you've been out in the community and you've seen somebody working on all those historical markers that look great, there's a 95% chance it was Tim that did it. So I'm gonna give Tim some kudos here because he's doing a fantastic job with the marker cleanings and restorations. Mike Williams, who's also on the Historical Commission, Susan Morrison, who's the current board president of VPI and also on the Historical Commission, and Paul Yonda's hiding in the back, who serves on the County Historical Commission, former board president of VPI. John's a former board president of VPI as well. So thank you all for your support. I don't know if anybody here has anything up. Obviously, John has something.
Never pass up an opportunity to speak. John Casalis, Chair of the Victoria County Historical Commission. Again, I just wanted to personally thank all you guys that work so closely with us. I was up in Cherokee County 2 weeks ago and met with the Judge Davis up there, toured their facilities. They've restored an old jail. They've restored an old courthouse. And I said, you guys are going to need to consult with us on what you've done here. And they said they're more than happy to come down and work with us. So I explained to them the relationship we have here with our commission and our court, that it's not adversarial. We work together as partners to try to preserve some of the history here. So again, thank you, and appreciate all of the help you give us. Thanks.
Well, thank y'all.
Thank you.
And I think Lauren's going to want a photo. If y'all wouldn't mind, we'll step right down here and get a picture. Oh, I don't need to read it. If we've got a copy of it, that's fine. Yes, thank you.
Just tired.
All right. Again, we appreciate y'all being here.
Right.
We will now move right along in the agenda to number 10, which is an exciting agenda item. Number 10 is to consider Resolution 2026-063, creating an economic development project between Victoria County and Texas A&M University Victoria under Section 381.004B of the Local Government Code, approving an economic development agreement between Victoria County and A&MV, and take appropriate action. We are delighted to have here with us President Hardigree, President of Texas A&M Victoria, Amber Countess, Robin Harkey, who we all know and remember from working here, and of course, Jennifer Garza. This, like I say, is something that we're excited about. The Commissioners Court, of course, was a big proponent of the system change back last year whenever that was being done, and we saw that as a huge step forward for the community in many different regards. A win for the students, a win for the university, a win for the community, for the future of our region, frankly. And we see this opportunity as another step in helping assist in that effort. What we have in front of us today is an agreement, a funding step, an opportunity where Victoria County will use $50,000 of our capital credits fund to create an endowment of scholarships for 2 different degree programs, Bachelor of Science in Aviation, and then also an agribusiness degree. Those were a couple programs that we really saw as vital to the economic vitality of our area. Of course, the aviation degree is special to us since our county-owned airport will be a home to that program. So this has been in the works behind the scenes for a little while. What we have on our agenda today is the formal steps and final steps to make it a reality, and we're very excited about that. President Hardigree, I'll put you on the spot. Any remarks? I know it was an exciting weekend with the graduation ceremony. Welcome.
Well, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here. And you're right. This weekend we had over 400 students who walked the graduation platform. Wow. And our youngest graduate was 19 years old, and our most experienced graduate was 67 years young.
I like that.
And
Most
so-
experienced. That is so cool.
It was fantastic. We had 20 veteran and active duty military who graduated as well, and over half of our students were first generation. And I think that really exemplifies what it means to have Texas A&M University Victoria here in our community and serving our county. And for us, it is a change in identity. You know, it's not to bring in people from metropolitan areas. It's to be a regional service center. We don't want to create intellectual capital and export it out.
Right.
What we want to do is keep that in our community and build our community. And particularly agribusiness and aviation are 2 areas that are really going to fuel the county. And so we're really excited about this partnership, and we're deeply grateful and appreciative of your support in this.
Well, we appreciate you and bringing the crew with you today.
All right.
I think what we can do, we have a check that we do want to get a photograph with, but let us first approve items 10. We combined it into one. Is there a motion to approve item number 10?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Let's we've got a big check.
I can just take this to prosperity.
No, but Paige has noted that she has a machine that can run this.
Perfect.
There's your check. Good luck catching it.
All right. This is a heavy one.
Kim's got it back there.
They charge a fee.
All right, yeah. Again, thank you all for being here this morning.
Thank y'all.
That is an exciting step forward for the county to
Congratulations.
take. All right. Let's see.
Just have a question. Did we approve number 9? The proclamation? I didn't remember doing
Let's see,
it.
I guess we heard it. Do we have a motion to
So-
receive the
so moved.
proclamation?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. And then we've already voted on 10.
Yes.
All right, so we will move on to item number 11. 10 was a happy item, 11 is a sad item. 11 is to receive formal notice of retirement from Victoria County Engineer John Johnston and take appropriate action. I guess the day has arrived, John.
You got that trip to Aruba already booked or what?
We have a trip.
I have a few things to say, but John, I'll give you the floor.
Thank you,
Good.
Judge and Commissioners. It's been an interesting time. I think I've had like over 36 years of public service in various organizations, and I can tell you that my time here in Victoria County has been probably the most challenging and rewarding. We have a good group of folks on the team. Majority of my time is spent with the commissioners and various other departments, such as the Health Department, Environmental Services, their group. But this unique position has allowed me to touch and interact with multiple departments. The auditor's office particularly. But I am proud to be associated with the county. I know when I began discussions with the court back in 2019, it was a proof of concept. What does a county engineer do? What is the value that you bring to this community? It's been very rewarding, and I hope that the value of identifying and selecting this position was maybe what you perceived or maybe beyond what you perceived. I'm confident with the staff at the Environmental Development, particularly the addition of Avery Fleshner has brought a skill set that I didn't possess, but we leverage that, and I think he'll do well as my replacement. And obviously, I'm available to the court and to Avery to facilitate that transition and whatever needs that you may have. But thank you again for your confidence and your trust that you've given me, and I look forward to other challenges and opportunities in my life after this.
Well, thank you, John, and I know I speak for, well, our current court and then the prior court that was here back in 2019 that when we brought you on board, that your role here has proven to be absolutely essential to the success of everything that we've been able to accomplish over the years. I tell folks that really we're, and have been in the past few years, an unprecedented time in the county with so many huge things happening all at the same time, from our mental hospital to the renovations over at the 311 building to airport projects, our VC REOC in place that's underway, and everything else. You definitely proved that your role was a smart move, and really I don't know how we survived previously prior to 2019, but you've laid a strong foundation and ensured a lot of the success we've seen recently, and I know Avery, we are excited to have him step into this role and fill what are very big shoes and a track record of success out of that department. So we appreciate you, John, and we, I know there's I guess a retirement powwow forthcoming at some point, but this morning we did, on behalf of the court, want to present you with a plaque as a small token of our gratitude, and I'm sure Lauren will want to get a photo of this as well.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah,
let's
she's.
give John a round of applause. And also a thanks to Kelly for sharing John with us since 2019. I know he's logged a lot of hours away from home over here, so.
I have my mother here with me.
Oh, how special. Welcome. Kelly, y'all want to come up for the photo? Yeah? Sure, come on. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Let's do that.
Take your time, take your time. All right.
Video first, and then we'll do a photo.
All right.
All right.
Let's do it.
With the old, with the new. You turn it around. Sometimes that's how my brain works.
All right.
I just want to say a few words real quick too. John, first of all, congrats. I've had the unique opportunity to work alongside you on the city side and now on the county side. And I just wanted to say I really appreciate all the support that you've provided over the years. And I'm happy for you, and enjoy your retirement. You bet.
I'd like to say the same. I appreciate everything you've done, John. It's been I don't not only consider you an employee of the county, I consider you a friend. And I've learned so much from you since I took commissioner. I really appreciate it. And I said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to move to receive your resignation.
Second.
Yes, yes. John, it's never easy being a pioneer, especially starting up a department like you did, but you did it well. I know I learned a lot from you. I mean, when I took this job, I knew how to drive on roads and stuff. I didn't know how to fix them. So, but you guided me along many different issues and what have you, and I'm very appreciative of my time with you. God bless and good luck to you.
Well said. We had a motion and a second to receive that notice of retirement. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thanks again, John.
Thank you.
Item 12, related to that, is to consider appointment of Avery Flessner as interim county engineer effective May 30th and take appropriate action. Avery,
Howdy, Judge.
Go ahead.
Commissioners, I wanted
Yes.
to take a brief second just to say a few words to John as well. His impact has not only been felt here at a community level. I'm sorry, John, because now I'm getting emotional.
Oh, goodness.
I went to my first TFMA conference in the fall after I took this job with the county. And John wasn't able to attend. He had a different conference that he was attending. When everybody saw my name tag, they saw Victoria County, and that meant something to them. They said, "Do you know John Johnston?" I said, "Yes, I do. He's my boss. I work for him." And they always had a smile on their face. And they asked, "Was John coming to the conference?" And I said, "No, but he sent Little John." So the comment earlier that I have big shoes to fill is both physically accurate and metaphorically accurate. There's not much that you can say that hasn't already been said, but the brevity of John's experience is felt not only by this community but statewide. From Texas Floodplain Managers Association to the community and dealing with the flood of record and the emergency response. The wealth of knowledge, the mentorship is incredible. I'm so proud to represent that office and to carry that torch from John. It means a lot. He's been a mentor for me. We took very similar paths. People might not all realize this, but we both came from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, worked for the city of Victoria, and then worked for the county of Victoria. Wow. So we had very similar paths coming to this point. And before even joining the county, just moving to Victoria, John was a resource to me and a mentor to me. And so I've had a distinct pleasure of getting to work under him and to get as much of that knowledge as I could in the past 3 years, almost going on 4 years that I've known John. And so I just want to take another opportunity to say thank you, John. Thank you for your leadership and your mentorship. I'm not going to say that I'm going to miss you because you're going to be around. I'm going to call you. but thank you.
Beautifully said. Thank you, Avery. Do we have a motion up here to approve?
Oh, wait.
I want to recommend the court approve this resolution.
I think we're on board.
You know what? It was kind of close there, but John sealed the deal for me, so.
Thank you, sir.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you. All right, moving on to item 13. That is to receive for the record a declaration of local state of disaster in response to the May 1st, 2026 severe weather event. That declaration has, of course, expired after 7 days, but this is the court receiving it for our archives and historical records over at the clerk's office. Do we have a motion
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 14 is to discuss and consider the following in connection with the Victoria County Public Health Department. We have A through I. I'm not going to read those verbatim like I typically like to do, but David, good morning. We've got, I guess, 2 weeks' worth of stuff to one agenda item. Give us a recap of what we've got here.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Judge Commissioners. I'll try to make this as brief as possible. So items A, B, and C are both receiving fully executed agreements that have previously come through court. Just a reminder, item A is in regards to our 340B program with our HARP division. There were some minor changes in the contract, closing some physical locations that have no effect on our operations. Item B is the Public Health Emergency Preparedness contract that we have in coordination with Office of Emergency Management. There's no change in amounts of that contract. That should be level funding for FY 2027. And then item C is for our HARP division. That was for fiscal year 27 as well. There's a slight reduction in funding, which has been occurring over the past few years, related back to our success in our 340B program. That amount is minimal. That provides services to our Ride and White and HARP division patients. Item D, do we want to take these all at once or separately? How do you?
I guess you can explain them all and then, unless they're, yeah.
Sounds good, sounds good. So item D is a new MOU that we have with HHSC. This is with our community partner program. This allows us to provide greater services for clients that are applying for state benefits through HHSC. It's not providing any additional benefits directly, but we help connect those clients that come into our community resource center and help them access those systems and applications for like CHIP and SNAP and TANF. And this is a formal partnership to allow our staff to have greater access to those databases to assist with those services. Item E is a new project we have through our Texas Healthy Communities grant. This is with Meals on Wheels. This is actually kind of a pilot program for some freeze-dried food production system and distribution system. We're working with Dan and his team over at Meals on Wheels to provide some more shelf-stable foods and a new system for food access for their clients and patients. Item F is a corrected security and privacy inquiry, a data use agreement that we have. It's a pretty standard agreement that comes through different grants and contracts for HHSC and DSHS. There are some corrections to 2 line items. It was just a change in identification number and then change in one of the answers to those problems. That's a slightly modified agreement, but fairly standard. Item G is a notice of award for our Texas Home Visiting Program. It's additional $40,000 for some training and education. Provides a variety of training education for all staff with our Texas Home Visiting Program. This is our HHSC grant that provides mainly parents as teachers opportunities to provide in-home education for their students to get them school ready. Item H is our standard immunization grant contract. This contract has remained pretty much the same amount for the past 25 years, I believe, level funding, which normally would be good, but over 25 years essentially is a reduction over the year over year with the different challenges and inflation that we have and increases in expenditures. This is level funding again for FY 2027. This is something that we're fighting on the state level for them to increase that funding to greater satisfy the needs of the community. And then finally, item I is this is under the Public Health Infrastructure Grant, which you may recall is a grant that we've had for the past, I believe, 4 years now with the states. This provides funding for 5 staff members. However, this is a supplemental piece to that. This now provides some additional funding to help with supplement for the TWICES program. That was a software program through our nursing division. This allows us now to provide some funding to pay for our electronic medical record system that we've had. This is just additional money on top that we'll utilize to help pay for that we've been paying with local funds up until this point. It's not a lot of money, but any amount helps at this point.
Yeah.
So with that said, that will conclude. These are all full grants, provided dollars with no impact really to local funds.
Okay.
Thank you
Awesome.
for that, David. E caught my eye. I know the Meals on Wheels, there was a shuffle, I guess, at the federal level, and it impacted some of the funding or the matching ability, and I believe impacted Meals on Wheels budget. This pilot program for freeze-dried food, can you give us some more details about that? What's the dollar value of that pilot program?
Sure, so that's the Textiles Community Program. We have, usually year over year, we have 3 different projects that change on a yearly or sometimes biennial basis to provide different services as applied to the programmatic requirements of that program. So this is a new pilot program. I don't have the dollar amount on here, but I can definitely get that for the court.
Okay.
Basically, it allows us to, we bought the system to be able to freeze dry those foods, to just kind of sample that and provide that back to Meals on Wheels to see if that would be something that could meet their nutritional guidelines and provide some of that support for those decreased funding on the federal level. It's a new program provided, the funding is all provided by the state to do that. It's not a large amount of money because the grant itself, it's one of, I think, 3 current projects through that grant. It's not a large grant overall, but I don't want to throw a number that's incorrect.
I got you.
Okay, no worries. So that's good to see.
It's pretty neat.
Okay.
Well, I move to receive A, B, C,
G.
and G, approve D, E, H, and I, and ratify F. If I caught it all in that.
Second.
Sounds correct. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion or questions for David?
No, sir.
If not, all those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved on
Thank you, David.
14A through I. Thanks, David.
Thank you, David.
Item number 15 is to consider the following in relation to the sanitary sewer rehabilitation project with the Texas Department of Agriculture grant number CDV 23-0328. A is to execute Expert Underground Solutions LLC construction contract pending attorney review certification. And B, reject all other bids. Good morning, Robin.
Good
Morning, Robin.
Morning.
So we already approved the recommendation to award the contract to Expert Underground Solutions, and this is the compliant contract with the grant and all federal requirements, et cetera, for all of the construction that they'll be doing, and we'll reject all other bids now that we are at this place. And just a quick update, they were receiving their notice to proceed today, so they will begin work today on the project.
All right.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thanks, Robin. Number 16 is to consider approval of Resolution 2026-061 from Traverse Pipeline LLC for installation of a driveway at Old Port Lavaca Road, located in Precinct 1 in connection with the development and construction of a natural gas pipeline within Victoria County. What have we got here, Avery?
Hey, Avery.
Howdy, Judge. So this particular item is just a driveway permit that we're approving. It will be constructed by the company, the general contractor that is going to be doing a lot of the improvements and construction in Victoria County. They will physically be constructing the driveway with flow line measurements and culvert pipe sizing provided by Precinct 1 Road Manager, Pete. And so this is just approval for their records that we can provide to, I believe, their financial institutions.
All right.
Originally, we had attached a road crossing agreement when this was on a previous proposed agenda. We sent that through legal counsel review, and legal counsel opinion was that the road crossing permit was not allowed to be assessed separate from the road use agreement that we have previously passed through court. And so that additional fee, which would have only applied for the excavation of a surface or cut of a county roadway, would not have applied in this case because they will be boring underneath the roads.
Oh, okay.
And so we will not be assessing a road crossing permit. This is only for the driveway permit, and then we have the executed road usage agreement with them as well.
Okay.
So those are all of the documents that we needed to pass through court.
Okay.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. All need to sign that. Item 17, receive fully executed Hawk Road relocation agreement in connection with the UPRR relocation. Oh, okay, we'll just scratch through that.
What?
On this resolution, somehow the name Gary Burns is appearing as the commissioner of Precinct 3.
He's always around.
And
You got to
it
watch
caught
out.
that somehow. All right.
I do
Shannon.
read before I sign.
That was a test, and you passed.
All
How
right.
does that work?
You're doing well.
That'll work.
Okay. 17, receive fully executed Hawk Road relocation
Make sure mine
agreement
just say Clint.
in connection with UPRR relocation of Hawk Road project located in Precinct 1 and take appropriate action.
So, Judge and Commissioners, we previously executed the original relocation agreement with UP on February the 18th. At the time, Exhibit C did not have an attached legal description for the area and the associated quitclaim deed that was part of Exhibit C of the original agreement. This is receiving for the record the fully executed agreement that includes the quitclaim and the appropriate legal description for the area that we're physically relocating. So UP, as a result of their track expansion, needed to acquire additional right-of-way to relocate Hawk Road. This is, as I understand it, us essentially abandoning the prescriptive right for establishing a public right-of-way for public transit in the area of property that has been identified in the quitclaim deed. So it's only attributable to that particular boundary survey, and it's the area south of Hawk Road, post realignment.
Okay.
It's a small parcel.
Okay. Good to know. All right. Move to receive.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 18, ratify a waste disposal agreement with Republic Services for disaster-related debris disposal and take appropriate action.
So, Judge and Commissioners, this is the agreement that I referenced during the citizens' communication. Shortly after the event for May 1st, after that came through and we started doing our debris disposal efforts, one of the things that was thought about was disposal of waste. Where are we going to take C&D material? And we identified in collaboration with the city that we could dispose of these C&D materials at the regional landfill.
Okay.
So this agreement is for us to establish a separate account with Republic Services through the landfill for disposal of disaster-related debris, and it represents about a 45% cost savings over our other established agreements. So whereas previously we disposed of waste at $63.16 per ton, this would be getting a special rate of $34.97 per ton.
Oh, that's good.
So pretty significant savings for the amount of debris that we will be disposing of at the landfill.
Avery, good job with that. So this is standing?
Yes.
Any disaster related?
This is, so I'm not 100% positive on that. I know this was specifically established for the disaster, but this
Okay.
is something that we'd like to use, obviously, moving forward.
Certainly.
In
Yeah.
partnership with the city. Yep.
Good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Move to ratify.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Avery.
Avery.
Item number 19 is to consider approval of the following detention and/or residential contracts in connection with the Victoria County Regional Juvenile Justice Center. A, Austin County. B, Hayes County. C, Fisher, Mitchell, and Nolan counties.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 20 is to receive for the record a reinspection report and certificate of compliance for the Victoria County Jail from the Texas Commission on Jail Standards and take appropriate action. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Morning.
This is as stated. We were out of compliance for a little bit due to some maintenance and building issues. We're back
Okay.
up to state standards now, and we're rolling like we should.
Was this some repeat stuff, Chief, or
It was.
this
yes,
it was?
Some ongoing issues, yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Move to approve.
Second.
All right.
Thank you, Chief, for the job y'all do.
Yeah.
you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir. We had a motion and a second. All those in favor of receiving?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 21 is to consider approval of a request from the Victoria County Fire Marshal's Office to hire Terrence Cook as a Deputy Reserve Fire Marshal contingent on pending TCOL approval and take appropriate action. Good morning again, Dan. What have we
Morning.
got here?
Good morning again. So as stated, I am in the process of doing Mr. Cook's background. It's about 95% completed just with TCOL you got to submit this, wait for this, submit this. So I submitted stuff Friday of last week. Could take a few days to get it back, so I wanted to try to get this on court. So if I get it back midweek, then I can move forward with actually getting his bond and oath of office taken care of. Mr. Cook is fully certified. He's a structural firefighter, EMT, fire investigator, fire inspector, and police officer. He left last year the public sector and went private, followed the money. But he still wants to retain his certifications and licenses. And he reached out to me and said, hey, do you need some help covering calls and stuff? And I was like, absolutely. And we just got this new program together. So just like the court to accept once I get everything back from TCOL.
Excellent. Sounds like a very qualified individual. Can you speak further, Dan, to, I guess, one of the primary roles would be covering for you? What else might be his activities or?
Yes, that's correct. So, well, as you know, we're doing more and more public events as well, going to schools, community centers and stuff, doing more prevention and education. So if we have an event on a weekend or something, I might bring them in to help with that. Our inspection and permit process is really taking off. So if we get overwhelmed, I've asked him if he would come in since he can inspect and stuff, and he said yes. But mainly, it is for fire investigations, for on-calls. That's if Nathan and I are both out at a conference or training, or could be a kid's birthday party and just happens to be we both have kids with the same birthday, whatever it may be, PTO. We can have someone come fill in for us and help pick up and monitor the radio. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Very good. Any questions for Dan or discussions on that item?
Nope.
All right. Do we have a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you.
You betcha. Let's see, item 21, yours also. That's to consider approval of an order establishing electronic reporting procedures for for fire protection and life safety system inspection, testing, and maintenance reports in connection with the Victoria County Fire Marshal's Office. What have we got here?
Yes, sir. So, as I said previously, inspections, permitting process is taking off. And we, all commercial buildings, any building that has a fire alarm system, sprinkler system, suppression system that's licensed by the state is required to get certain inspections, semi-annual, every 6 months, depending on what the system is.
Yeah.
They're required to have service tags, installation tags, inspection tags hung.
Yeah.
As we move around the county, Nathan and I are finding that we do have a lot of systems out there, and we found a handful of them where tags are out of compliance or haven't been inspected. What this allows is the company that inspects or takes something out of service has to report it to the AHJ, which is us. Well, right now we don't have a standard process for that. This is no cost to us. But what this is it's a database where, 123 Fire Protection Service company goes and does an inspection. They do a fail or need service. They report it to a database. That database now says, hey, Victoria County is a part of this database, and then we automatically get a notice saying, hey, this department or this building is not in compliance. This is why, and then allows us to go out there and follow up with.
So this basically is a similar system that VPD gets. Let's just say if my building, I get red tagged.
Correct.
On something. So it's a similar system where, because I always get a follow-up, VPD would be like, hey, we heard blah, 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 So not PDF, fire department. Sorry. I get my V's and D's mixed up. All right.
That's exactly what it is. So if you get an inspection on your facility, I'll know it within a couple hours of them hanging their
once they submit it. So okay, all right.
Yes, sir.
Makes sense.
Yep.
And this is no cost to us.
No cost to us. Yeah. So it's worked in with the companies that go out and do the inspections and stuff. Their fees worked into there, and then they're connected. And that's why I have to bring it through court, because it is actually a adopted policy that says this is what we're going to use.
Gotcha. Okay.
Move to approve.
Cool. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Good job, Dan. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Item number 23 is to consider approval of quote number 48 from Castillo B Concrete in connection with construction work at the Buyer Road Headwall project in precinct number 1. What have we got here?
Let's see. Concrete work on the bridge, the footers. Yeah, I think it's standard stuff.
Let's see, that's in Danny's precinct. I'm
What's
not
up?
familiar
It's on the
with
chart.
Yeah, it's a concrete work on a bridge and
Get the
footers and
head
stuff.
wall.
This is the one on Bloomington, Old Bloomington Road. Is this a different project?
This is a separate project, and I believe it's in coordination with some road work
Okay.
that we were needing to do, because this is off, I don't know that this is off Buyer Road. I was under the impression that this is actually quoted for Key Road, Chocolate Bayou that goes through Key Road. We're currently rebuilding Key Road in Precinct 1, and there is a
Right.
bridge with a failed head wall. So I believe that's what this is referencing.
Okay. Well, I
We're
can
shooting at tomorrow, I believe.
Okay, I'll sign in place of Danny if y'all.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on that. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
It's fun to spend Precinct 1's money when
Yeah,
they're not here.
exactly.
Item 24, discuss and consider options on procuring builder's risk insurance for Spalglass Contractors, Inc. in connection with the Victoria County Mental and Behavioral Health Facility project and take appropriate action.
Didn't want y'all to get bored if I had too many items that were right after one another, so they kind of dispersed it out. So this particular agenda item is in reference to the builder's risk insurance policy. It was not stipulated in our original agreement and signed contract on who would procure it, whether that be Spalglass. This policy is more or less to the benefit of Spalglass. So it's a risk insurance policy on the improvements of the site, should they be damaged by some event
Yeah.
prior to us taking ownership for the building.
Okay.
It's something that we had an option to purchase. The original dollar amount off the top of my head is 300-something thousand. We had a $90,000 credit that was provided to us by Spalglass. My recommendation to court is to allow Spalglass to purchase that policy and maintain it. We had an opportunity to potentially purchase the policy, but the exact terms and specific information needed by Spalglass for them to then be paid out by a
Yeah.
policy that we held
Yeah.
for their work was very complicated.
Yeah, I can see
And
that.
so to eliminate potential conflicts or issues with documentation, or in the event that we needed to make a claim and we find a further down the road oopsie, it would be much more streamlined to go with Spalglass and allow them to purchase this.
And you said they're giving us a $90,000 credit?
Yes, sir. So the original policy that they had proposed when we first put this on the
Right.
proposed agenda item was based under a Tier 1 wind classification rating. They went back and reassessed that with their insurance adjuster and noted that because this project site is north of Business 59, it's actually in a Tier 2.
Okay.
We're a Tier 2 windstorm community. And so the policy dropped due to the hazard classification, essentially.
So do I understand correctly, your recommendation is for us to take no action on this and instead let Spalglass procure this
Yes.
policy on their own?
Yes, sir.
For their own?
Correct.
Okay.
We will receive that for the record, along with the payment and performance bonds that were already acquired by Spalglass. We'll capture all of that.
So they'll get
on
their
the
own
next agenda.
insurance for this, and then we'll receive a copy of it for the
Correct.
record? Okay,
10-4.
okay.
All right. So I guess we don't have to.
I think we're agreeable to that, and
Yep.
based on that, don't need to take any action here, so.
Yes, sir. And I will make note as well, so the $90,000 credit
Yes.
We also have a $30,000 credit for landscaping that was bought out
Okay.
on the project as we're starting to move into buyout and making progress on the construction itself. Both of these credits are going against our owner's contingency line item. And so they're not being pulled out of the project per se, they're being shuffled to a different line item in the budget
Okay.
for us to make and cover any smaller dollar amount
Gotcha.
change orders as we see fit through the
Okay.
project. So, keeping
Good
track.
stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you
Very
as always,
good.
sir.
Thank you.
All right, so we need not take any action on that item at the moment. We'll move to item number 25, and that is to consider approval of the following resolutions for road donations. A is Resolution 2026-057 for a road donation from Jason Itz in the amount of $700.30 for the installation of a pipe culvert at 3311 Colettoville Road in Precinct 3. B, Resolution 2026-060 for a road donation from Garland Sandhop Jr., valued at $1,300 at 803 Davies Road in Precinct 4. And C, Resolution 2026-062 for a road donation from Wesley Gibson in the amount of $570.06. And that is located at 503 Chaparral Drive in Precinct 3.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. I think I'm missing part of one of those. That was just one signature page? Okay, that's that one. This is Chaparral.
The one for Davies.
Okay. I'm not seeing it. It's quite possible that that is in a stack of papers on my desk downstairs, but when we find it, we'll get your signatures on it. Oh, wait.
Hill.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Find it?
The old double-sided printout.
Gets me every time.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. I think we're situated now. And we voted on those?
Yes.
We're good. All right, item 26 is to receive for the record a letter of permission from Caleb Patterson at 8254 Colettoville Road in Precinct 3 to enter private property for the purpose of depositing dirt or material from cleaning ditches and take appropriate action.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 27 is to consider approval of Victoria County's 2025 and 26 Texas Association of Counties Risk Management Pool, RMP Property Insurance Coverage Renewal and authorized payment for the coverage period July 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. Good morning, Gianni and Lisa back there.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Are those dates right?
No.
Okay, I was going to say.
Just a typo to note, it should have been 26 to 27.
That
on
makes
there.
much more sense.
I do have a cover, like a memo for you guys, just kind of highlighting or summarizing what the renewal is.
Okay.
I like the letterhead.
And then Lisa's here available to answer any questions you guys have. But year over year, an increase in the premium of $47,017 total. This covers property, flood insurance, earthquake, mobile equipment breakdown, law enforcement, animals, and crime overall. Lisa could provide a little bit more detail and depth if you guys would like, but just in general, what's contributing to the increase year over year, we've added about $7 million to our values, our total property value coverage. We went from $230 million to $237 million this year.
Okay. Looks good to me, given, I guess, the industry as a whole seems to be increasing more than this percentage. I didn't, so we're going from 671, 676, 671,000 to 718. That would include both the added new values that we've done, plus just the industry increases as a whole.
Yeah, your total insured value increased by over 3%. You had a 7% increase on your renewal. We really try to provide consistent rates for you. So if the market goes down, you're not going to see a big reduction, but we're trying to keep it steady so that you can budget and have consistent rates.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Well, we certainly appreciate TAC and all that you guys do, taking good care of the county and its many, many assets. So are there any questions for Lisa or Gianni?
Nope. Nope. Move to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve item 27. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
Thank you, ma'am.
Item 28 is to consider approval of a memorandum for clarification of compensatory time payout requirement upon employee transitions in connection with the Victoria County Human Resources Department. What have we got here, Gianni?
This is just a clarification of policy, and the personnel policy are doing those discussions when we were updating. There was conversation on the committee to require comp time payout anytime there's a transition across departments or someone's going from non-exempt to exempt. That was the intention of the policy. Apparently, the way that it's worded is we've put in there the word division, and so in practice, our payroll has been interpreting that. So anybody within the same department just moving positions to a different division, they have been paying out comp time. So we just wanted the court to clarify that. In the next review of the personnel policy, we'll look at making formal adjustments. But anytime we change the personnel policy, we have to get employees to re-sign. We're still trying to get employees' signature on the last changes. So I just wanted, the policy does state that the court has the ability to issue a clarification on any section. So just wanted to ask the court to do that so that there's no confusion, but we didn't intend for payment of comp time within an individual department just because employees are moving around in there.
Gotcha. Okay. Any questions for Gianni on that? All right, is there a motion to approve item 28?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Gianni.
Thank you, Gianni.
Item 29 is to consider approval of personnel changes and take appropriate action. I am seeing a few here in your agenda packets.
We're having typo issues on signature pages.
Was there a typo on that?
Yep.
Yeah. It takes 2 commissioners to run precinct 3.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve item 29?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Motion approved. Item 30, receive for the record discretionary budget amendments, if any, and take appropriate action. I don't see any
Good job.
in front of me, so I guess we can bypass that one. Item 31 is to consider the following 2026 budget amendments and take appropriate action. A, ratify May 11th, 2026 budget amendments, and B, approve May 18th, 2026 budget amendments.
Move for approval.
There was a
Second.
motion, and now a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
I'm hungry. Man, someone going to get food.
Let's see, where did Madison go?
I think she went to get lunch.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure we had the budget amendment for our capital credits funding of A&MV. Was that it?
Yeah, it was in there. I saw it.
I didn't.
Well, I don't know about in the stack. I saw it on the.
Well, it's,
Okay, can you print that out,
We have it
Michelle?
on
And I'm not seeing it, a physical
Oh,
copy
okay.
in my
All
stack. Okay. So this will include that capital credits item. Did we have a motion on this already?
Yes, and a second.
Yeah.
Okay, did we vote?
No.
No.
Okay, now, oh, thank you. Yeah, okay, perfect. All right, so this will include our A&M V endowment. All those in favor of approval of item 31?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
I think we did vote. Oh, well.
All right, our next item will be closed session for numerous purposes, but we'll take about a 10-minute recess, and when we come back, we will go into closed session.
A good time.
All right, we're up and running? Okay, we are coming out of recess to go into closed session for personnel, boards and commissions, real property, economic development, and a private consultation with the county's attorney. We will go into closed session now at 11:36 a.m. for those purposes.